Hello you guys and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Maureen and I make lifestyle content while living on Sanibel Island. So as you can tell by this title, this is a weekend in my life and we are prepping for Hurricane Milton. So Helene came last week. We were on the outer bands and the island experienced significant flooding. So of course we're not feeling too great about this storm. It's showing it's going to hit anywhere between Tampa and the Keys. So we're right in the middle of that. So we're gonna get some impacts no matter where it goes, and it's gonna go across the state. So we're gonna prep for that. They're saying right now up to a category 1, but we're probably going to evacuate this time. We didn't the last time because they told us we'd be fine, but the roads were impassable for a while, so wasn't able to get anywhere. We're probably going to evacuate this time, so you'll be seeing like the prepping and stuff like that. I'll catch you guys up on that later in this vlog. Right now I've got some work to do today, and then I'm going to wash my dogs so they're nice and clean for transport when we're leaving. They're in need of that, so I'm gonna get their breakfast ready. I'm gonna have breakfast and I'll catch up with you guys later, but I'll kind of show you guys how I prep to evacuate. All right, you guys, so it's a bit later, got some work done, started the cleaning process, did some loads of laundry, got my dogs all cleaned and fresh, and I have all that fun stuff, the grooming process. You'll hear them in the background because they're kind of excited. But it's now 11:30, so you receive different alerts for storms, and so one of them is at 11, and they are now saying that this is expected to be a category 2 or 3 to make landfall anywhere between Crystal River, which is a bit north, and then Everglades City. So right now it's like coming towards the entire Gulf Coast. So with that being said, being on the south side of the storm, which is how we've been the past few storms, that is where you see the storm surge. So with a Cat 3, we will definitely see storm surge on the island and where it's approaching. So it is time to start making some decisions. Yes, we will be evacuating, but it's time to start bringing furniture inside, getting that prepared, because landfall will be Wednesday. It is Saturday, but need time to prepare. I have some cleaning and things to do, bring all the stuff inside. So I'll do the downstairs today and then do like the lanai upstairs that I've shown you guys in like other vlogs. If you haven't seen those, I'll have those linked down below. But start moving that furniture inside. That will probably be done right before I leave, just because it gets really crowded with the furniture in there and I have dogs, and it's just easier if I do that last. And then other things that we'll do, I'll be doing this next week as well. So you gotta secure all of your doors. I'll be getting sand bags, things like that. I don't really think that's gonna mitigate much. I live on an island and we go underwater very easily, as we've seen in Hurricane Ian. Helene, parts saw that in Debbie, Adalia, so we know how this goes. And start bringing things in. Anything that I have in like my downstairs area and storage, later next week I will bring upstairs so that that does not get ruined by the storm surge. But that is unfortunately where we are at. So I'm gonna be doing a lot of that this weekend. Not gonna be the most fun weekend ever. Looks beautiful, it's sunny. We know how quickly those things change. And of course, since I work in marketing communications, so I work with different businesses and nonprofits, both on and off the island, I need to be prepared to get word out and statements and things like that for clients. So it's just going to be a very busy next few days. But I'll keep you guys updated throughout the day. Just have a lot to get done. So we decided to move everything from out here. We did decide to take it down, everything, and push it up. This should be okay because that worked in Hurricane Ian. So we brought in the furniture from the downstairs lanai area, so that'll stay down here so that when storm surge comes, I don't lose any of this furniture. It'll just stay in here and it'll potentially float. So like these chairs right here, these purple ones, they survived Hurricane Ian. You just need to like power wash them after. Same with all of this right here, that table back there, this table, all that's on there. These chairs all went through Hurricane Ian and they did fine. So we'll have that. I moved this from my downstairs area where you like come in. I have it in like in a storage area. Moved that down here because that'll probably rock and roll if there's any storm surge. So brought it down and laid it on its side. So brought this in, and then my like pool chairs, brought those in as well. So we'll see how that goes. So these doors down here are just like storage areas. So I cleaned everything out of there. That was mostly just like suitcase stuff in there. So I moved that upstairs into a bedroom, and then I moved everything in here upstairs as well. We'll empty out things in here later this week. And then of course, since we're taking the dogs and everything, we're gonna be taking all of this with us, all this stuff. So that's where we're at. So now that I explained all of those places, we're not gonna be able to get sandbags today just because they did run out on the island, all the sand. So they're gonna have to bring in more truckloads of that for people to get ready. So that will be maybe in this vlog, it might be in the next one for preparation. So that's what's going on right now. So we're gonna go over to my mom's house, clean her stuff out, and then we're gonna start taking things out of our fridge and start moving them to where we're gonna be staying for the hurricane, which will be off island inland. So we're gonna start getting all of that ready. We don't wanna lose anything. We're gonna start prepping the dogs' bags. I'll start prepping all of my stuff too, so that we'll be ready to go since they are anticipating it will make landfall on Wednesday. So we wanna be prepared and out of here before then, because what happens, especially with Sanibel, is we have a causeway since we are in an island. Technically, the causeway is closed when winds get up to 40 miles per hour or higher, so you don't wanna wait until the last minute to leave. You really wanna give yourself time since it is harder to evacuate from this area, and since there's a lot of destruction from Helene and other areas of Florida, it's just going to be interesting to see the path for hurricane evacuations. So we just stopped at the post office. I had a few bills to pay, so I wanna make sure that's all done before the storm hits, because what will happen is the post office will close during the storm. So I wanted to get that out. We're gonna start seeing the outer bands this weekend, so we're gonna start seeing rain starting tomorrow. So that's why we're getting as much done as we can. We're taking a lot of stuff that we're going to need for off island, where we're evacuating to. We're gonna start putting things from our freezers over there, just so that we know we're gonna lose power. So we're gonna take the food that we do have that we're not gonna be able to eat over the next few days and get that down there, including my dog food. I use farmer's dog, that's expensive. I don't wanna lose that. So we're gonna start taking things down. That's what we've been doing. Then we'll come back, start working on my mom's house, get stuff out of her freezer later on today, which will take you along for. So we're gonna make that trip over there, and then we'll probably grab something to eat off island, which of course I take you along for. But yeah, just this is life living on a barrier island in the Gulf of Mexico during hurricane season. It is not a fun experience. We're over it, we're tired. Things just started to feel like they were turning a corner for a lot of people after 2 years with Ian. Then Helene hit over a week ago now, and now, you know, a week later, Hurricane Milton, and we're over it. We don't want to do this anymore. We're tired of it. Definitely have, you know, fatigue from all of this. It's a very stressful process, but we're just, you know, doing what we do. I mean, I'm from Florida, you guys. So when people say, why do you live there? I'm a Floridian. That's why I live here. This is my home. And so that's the way it is. I'm used to hurricanes, but that doesn't make it any easier. So be kind to people that are going through what they're going through after the aftermath of a hurricane, because as we saw with Helene, it impacts so many states. It affected up north as well. So please watch what you say and be kind to one another. You know, it's people's homes and people's lives and their livelihood. So let's just all be respectful. Hi you guys, it is now Sunday, so it's Sunday morning. So today and tomorrow, because we're probably going to leave Tuesday morning, because the outer bands will start to hit us Tuesday evening and make landfall early on Wednesday. So that's kind of where we're at. It's about 9, took care of the dogs and everything. At 11, we're going to get another update from the National Hurricane Center. That's when they start to do those. The update from this morning said things are going to start to solidify throughout the day, and to expect that we'll start receiving storm surge watches as well as evacuation orders from our counties and etc. So what happens in Florida is typically that has to be determined by your county. They will determine evacuation orders. You might hear the dogs are kind of playing in the background. They're a little excited this morning. My guess is we probably will have an evacuation order this time. I don't know, but the reason I feel that way is because we did get an update. So we get news releases sent out, and there's like an email newsletter with the city of Sanibel. So City of Sanibel, that's Sanibel Island. They are going to have a live update at 1:30. So that's gonna come a few hours after. So some of those determinations that we're gonna get from 11 o'clock, showing a little bit more of what's gonna happen with the storm. So if I had to guess, we're probably going to get mandatory evacuations, which I would not be surprised. So what the storm is showing right now, which of course things can change, but it's showing the direct hit is going to be Tampa area. So that is about 2.5 hours north. Regardless of that, we are still in the cone, and we're not like the last storm. So Helene was much farther out, and yet we got damaged. That was about 190 miles out, and we still had storm surge. So this becomes a very serious situation Storm surge, they say run from the waters. Very dangerous. It comes in very quickly and it is a life or death situation. Another thing that people don't realize with storm surge, sorry, I'm really phlegmy this morning. I can tell there's a change in barometric pressure because I can feel it. So that's why I kind of sound weird right now. But anyways, what I was saying is once you have those types of levels of storm surge that we're probably going to have with this storm, it starts to knock out power lines. It starts to knock out generators, things like that. Once that happens, the water becomes electrified. So it's a very dangerous situation. So if you're ever in areas, whether you're new, living in a storm surge area, whether you're visiting an area and something happens and there's a storm surge warning, you need to leave. It's a very dangerous situation. That's why we're leaving this time. It's going to be a very different storm than Helene. Yes, it was devastating, but this is a very, very different storm. It's very strange. It's not something we've seen a whole lot. So this essentially came over from the Pacific, jumped land, came into the Gulf, and it's coming essentially straight across, which is not the norm. That's not usually how storms form in the Gulf. It's a very different situation, and what's happening with the Gulf is that the waters are still very, very hot. So the heat speeds up that storm and gives it more power, and it makes it a more dangerous storm. So while they're saying 3 landfall, it's very possible it could be a 4 or 5, depending on how fast it picks up in the Gulf, because it is in the Gulf. It is now a tropical storm. May even become a Cat 1 today, we'll see. But that's just kind of where we're at. I'm going to be doing some cleaning today. What you want to do during a storm, before storm rather, people don't always understand this, but you need to clean. So what happens is, regardless of storm surge or not, I'm not talking about that, you will lose power, and probably for several weeks. If you have not done your laundry in a while, if you have not done your sheets in a while, it will stink. It will smell very bad when you come back. So that's also why you clean out your fridge. It says smell like no other. So you wanna clean as much as you can. You want things off the floor, especially if you're in a ground level, like your home stuff. Mine's a little different because it's not, my home stuff is like outdoor furniture, things like that. And if I lose things down there, it is what it is because that's not my living level. But up here and things like that, cleaning the floors, because once again, just cleaning, because you don't want that stank. It's not pleasant, and when you do come back and you get power, it does take a hot minute for that smell to go away. So we're gonna clean today, we're gonna do some decluttering, we're going to pack today. So today and tomorrow we're going to do that because like I said, we're probably going to evacuate Tuesday morning, but depending on how fast the storm goes, we'll figure things out. But that's just kind of where we're at this morning. So please be safe. I know you'll be seeing this afterward, but regardless, always stay safe with storms. Anytime there's a storm surge, you gotta go. You gotta go. Hi guys, it is a little bit later, about 1:30, getting things done, still trying to declutter, things like that, but making good headway there. Going to film some videos soon to have that going on so that they can keep going up regardless of what happens in the storm. So I've got to do that. I've been doing some decluttering and other prep work, talking to a lot of people as well. Currently, Sanibel does not have a mandatory evacuation. Schools are closing tomorrow, so Monday through Thursday, and depending on how the storm hits, they'll decide from there. Storm has shown that it is now shifting south, so we're going to be closer to potentially getting a direct impact. Unfortunately, it's not fortunate anywhere it's going to land. It just is not a great experience. So there's not any storm surge watches out yet, but that'll probably be made at a later date once that path is a little bit more solidified. But this storm is going to be massive. It is going to affect the whole entire state. They're saying that this is going to be the largest evacuation that the state has seen since Hurricane Irma in 2017, unfortunately. So that's just where we're at. So trying to get as much done today and tomorrow. We may leave tomorrow. We're getting a lot of rain, so we don't want to get stuck here. So I'm gonna go get as much done as I possibly can today, try to get more cleaning done, all of that fun stuff, finish packing, got a lot of headway done packing wise, which is good. So yeah, I'll check in with you guys later this evening as to what the latest update is, if it's continuing to move south, if it moves north, we shall see. They were saying essentially that the stronger the storm gets, the more it will pull north, this type of storm, and then the weaker it is, the more it moves down. But we don't know that 100%. There's a lot of different models, so probably not gonna know that for another 24 hours. It's just where we are at. But like I said, I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. All right, you guys, sorry about the lighting. This room's supposed to have like the white light, but it's coming off very warm. But anyways, it's a little while later. It's the evening now. Filmed several videos, which is why I'm wearing makeup, just a light amount. Did a lot of organizing. You can hear the dogs in the background, so I do apologize for that. Brought things upstairs that I needed to. Been doing cleaning and vacuuming and all that fun stuff. Getting all that done. Putting clothes away. So the rest of the evening, I'll probably just be packing up stuff for my dogs. So once they're asleep, because they're a little excited right now, I'll do all of that so they don't get into anything and finish up the majority of my packing. We've decided we're probably going to evacuate tomorrow. Got all of our trash gathered up and things like that because we're going to need to take it to the trash site since we're not going to be able to have trash this week, at least to where I live on the island, because we have different trash days and it's just not gonna work out. So I'm gonna get that done and recycling and all that stuff, because you do not want trash sitting around in a house when there's no AC. That is not fun. It stinks to the high heavens. Tomorrow morning, we'll just do like last things, last minute cleaning. I'm almost done with my cleaning. I've done a lot of it today, which is good. Got a lot more accomplished than I thought I was going to get done. And then do the last of like my laundry so that nothing's sitting around. You don't want any sort of smells or anything when you lose power. Like I said earlier, not a fun experience. That's kind of where we're at, doing a little better than we thought, getting things done, which is good. So I'm gonna have dinner soon and then finish up that packing and stuff like I said. So I'm just gonna end off this video here and I'll pick up tomorrow with a new video. So please like this video, comment down below if you unfortunately know anything about hurricanes or have experienced them. Comment that down below and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my content. Once again, thank you guys so much for watching and I will see you in my next video. Bye everyone.